Is this a brand new issue, or is it just California being California? How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the epidemic of smash and grab looting happening over on the left coast, California, especially in the San Francisco Bay Area. Now, the most recent and egregious example of this happened at the Nordstroms. 80 people organized, and within 1 minute, they ransacked the spot from top to bottom. They looted, smashed, took whatever they want, and sped off in the night. Some guys got arrested, but not very many. Now, there's a reason why this is happening. Beyond just blaming the criminals, beyond just blaming like a security, there's a specific reason why this whole thing is happening. Now, before I go any further into the rabbit hole, let's roll the clip. In this clip, you're going to see and hear what's going on there. And after we get done with that, I'll talk about what was said there. Then I'll give you my 2 cents and my deep detail analysis. And then I'll wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Absolute mayhem as a gang of smash and grab robbers targeted a Nordstrom department store outside San Francisco. It was like a military operation, coordinated and involving at least 80 thieves and 10 different vehicles. The terror began at 9 p.m. They strategically barricaded their cars in front of the store, blocking anyone from parking. Then they stormed in, armed with crowbars, smashing display cases and loading up their arms with high-end merchandise. They were gone in less than 60 seconds. Officers with guns drawn catch up to one car filled with suspected looters. The Nordstrom was just one of several flash mob sprees over the weekend in the Bay Area. Dozens of looters swarm a jewelry store in Hayward, and at the luxury store Louis Vuitton, another coordinated hit. A mob escapes with armfuls of clothing.
Get on the sidewalk! Get on the sidewalk!
Cops respond, some giving chase, catching up to a fleeing driver. Police smash the car windows with batons and pull a suspect out of the vehicle to make an arrest.
They appear to be organized groups of people, mob-like, rushing into and breaching entryways, something very, very challenging to try to push back on.
Former prosecutor Marissa Rodriguez now heads an alliance of business owners at San Francisco's famed Union Square. Do laws have to be tougher? Does policing have to be bolder, more efficient?
We need our police department, our city officials to lean in and recognize that retail theft is not a victimless crime. This impacts all of us.
Across the USA, other Louis Vuitton stores were also targeted. Outside Chicago, 14 looters hit all at once, leaving the store shelves largely bare. In New York's trendy Soho today, extra security guards line the streets in hopes of preventing similar smash and grab robberies.
Get on the sidewalk!
All right, so you saw that, you heard that. Now, that is 100% crazy. All those cars blocking everything off. They appeared to be kind of like they were in sync. Was I watching the movie or what? Was this a TikTok prank? It was really crazy the way the whole thing happened. And you would think this wouldn't be going down in the US of A, right? This is like some kind of third world, ridiculous nonsense. But it's happening right here in the United States. And the question you got to ask yourself is why? Why is this happening? Is it just California being California? There's some strange things that happen in that state, but is there a specific reason? Yes, there is. Like I said from the beginning, we can blame the criminals, of course, because at a certain point, you're going to have criminality that happens, especially in big cities, okay? They see easy targets. They're going to go smash and grab. They're going to steal. They're going to loot. They're going to boost, as the hood rats say back in Virginia. They're going to do that, I understand, but this is not just a one-off. Okay, maybe the scale of it is kind of unique and isolated to this one particular place at this one particular time. That might not happen very often, but as far as it's stealing and whatnot in California, especially, it's common. Why? Because they want to be, when I say they, I mean the politicians, they want to be altruistic and they want to help the poor guy and a little guy on the street and a guy with no money, and they want to help income inequality and Black Lives Matter and all those good slogans, right? All those feel-good slogans. They want to help them by not trying to wage a war on poverty. And their idea of a war on poverty is prosecuting any kind of retail theft below $1,000. Oh, he was just stealing some bread. That's the whole AOC thing. Oh, he was just stealing some bread to feed his family. We're not going to prosecute. We're not going to make his life any harder. We're not going to make it hard for him to get back into society and give him a criminal record and make him pay all these court fines and put him in the jail system, put him in the penitentiary. We don't want to prosecute anything below $1,000. So what is the actual effect of that? Well, when you go all the way to the top, you're going to get 80 organized people, part of organized crime, by the way. There's a whole lot of gang banging going on. You got like MA, the Bloods, Crips, and maybe even ABs out there, the white gangs. You might have all these guys out there engaging in organized crime, maybe even the Italian mafia, but that's a different story, so I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. The whole point is that beyond just the big crimes you see, you're going to have a bunch of small crimes as well. Why not go into a Walgreens with a black trash bag and sell a bunch of hair care products, okay, that's worth like $400? I'm going to steal that and sell it on the street for the same price that it's being valued at in the Walgreens, or maybe a little bit less. It's 100% profit for me. I didn't pay anything for it, okay? You've seen some of the videos where guys would be in the Walgreens with a black trash bag stealing. The security guard is right there, and they might just record, upload the video to TikTok and give a few gasps of surprise. They might do like a little reach, a little halfway reach, try and stop the guy. But they know they can't do anything to stop the person. They can't do anything. The security guard, I'm not sure what they're there for. Are they there to just prevent anybody from, I don't know, doo-dooing on the ground or using drugs or trying to kidnap somebody? They're not there for any kind of protection of the retail, which is their primary purpose, really to prevent shrinkage and or just the products being taken. That should be a big part of their purpose, but they can't do anything because they know if they're trying to stop the person, they could be sued. Oh, why are you trying to stop me? You injured me. You broke my pinky toenail. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to send you to jail for trying to stop me from committing the crime. That happens. And even if they do stop someone successfully without hurting them, without injuring their big toe, without, scraping the back of their hand or something crazy like that, if they are able to apprehend the person and the police come, the police aren't going to do anything. The police probably won't even come. What are you going to do in a place where the law is clear, or the ordinance, whatever they want to say, if you steal anything below $1,000 in value, we're not going to prosecute. What are the police going to say when you call them talking about this happened? Meanwhile, they got some crazy dope fiend in front of elementary school flinging this dude like he's a monkey or something with a needle in it. He's juggling needles in front of elementary school completely nude. They are trying to get that guy under control without getting stuck with the needle. Meanwhile, here you are with a crime that will not be prosecuted. They're not going to come to your location, period. If they do come to your location, all they're going to do is, I don't know, just, give them the finger wag. Don't do that and walk away. They're not going to arrest them because they're going to go back to the station, fill out paperwork for no reason at all. So it's pointless. Criminals know this and they take advantage. This is why you have 80 people organized going and stealing stuff. That's why you have all these Walgreens stores that are closing. A bunch of other stores are closing as well. What's the point in staying open when they can't make money because the local government say that there will be no protection against retail theft? Okay, and it's going to just cause inflation in the city. It's already very expensive to live in California, very expensive. People talking about the minimum wage need to be higher. The minimum wage is really irrelevant at this point. It's totally irrelevant. Like, ain't nobody paying $7.25 no more. Okay, maybe if you live in podunk nowhere where the cost of living is extremely low and inflation does not necessarily hit you that bad, maybe. But I'm seeing signs, even where I live in Tennessee, for Burger King, 14 an hour starting, signing bonuses, $2,000 to work at Amazon, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. I mean, the wages are going through the roof, but you also have the cost of goods and services, rent, gas, all the above rising as well. And not prosecuting retail theft will make all of that go up. Because what's going to happen is if you're in a place where you have a lot of retail theft, you're going to close because you can't make any money, or you're going to raise prices. That's it. You raise prices to make up for all the theft. You got to make money. You got to make a profit some kind of way. What's the point of being in a place if you can't make money? And then what does that do when the place leaves? You're going to have jobs that leave. That's going to make the poverty worse. So they're sitting not trying to fight a war on poverty, but they're making the poverty worse if you're running jobs away. At a certain point, your only thing you're going to have in San Francisco is tech jobs. And who's going to be the Starbucks baristas? Who's going to be the restaurant workers? Who's going to be the Walgreens attendant? Who's going to do any of these jobs that you need? You got to go to the store at a certain point in time and get your little your items, your toiletries or whatever. You got to have that. Well, you might, you know what, you might go to Amazon and get it ordered that way. Okay. But hey, you're going to have these guys stealing from the Amazon truck next. When all the Walgreens stores go away, when all the high-end retail stores go away, you're going to have a lot more theft on people's property, on their porch, and from the truck, maybe even from the facility itself. They might go rob a FedEx distribution point or FedEx warehouse. These people have to be stopped at a certain place. You can't just say you're trying to fight a war or not fight a war on poverty by having this ordinance be there where you're not going to prosecute anybody. As I close, I want to say this. I think there needs to be change when it comes to prosecutorial misconduct, when it comes to some of these laws that are out there, but not in the BLM Antifa way. I think we need to have stricter enforcement on laws to protect all of us, okay? If you shoot somebody through a house and you kill somebody, or you hurt somebody, or just if the bullet enters the window, there might need to be a higher sentence for that. Maybe these guys that are violent criminals shouldn't be allowed to get out on $1,000 bail, Waukesha, Wisconsin. Maybe if you steal and you have 80 people on your team organized, that should be prosecuted, maybe some kind of organized crime, RICO offense, something like that. Maybe if you go into a Walgreens with a black trash bag and a bicycle and steal a bunch of hair care products, you should go to jail for that. I'm just saying, enforce some of the laws that are on the books. When you're soft on crime, when you don't want to enforce things, you're going to have more crime as a result. It's pretty simple. It's pretty open and shut. But a lot of people just don't see things that way. And ultimately, you're going to have these areas just sink into despair, never to arise again. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what's happening right now on the left coast, California, with the lack of prosecution? You got these guys doing whatever they want to do because they know they'll get away with it. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I stand. I think we need to get tougher on crime rather than softer on crime. Now, I'm not saying if a guy got some, a little bag of weed in his car, throw him in the penitentiary for 25 years with the L. I'm not saying that, but maybe, just maybe, if you rob a Walgreens, you should actually get prosecuted for that and not just not have that be legal. Let's not legalize theft. How about that? That'd be a good place to start. There's no way that anybody can tell me it's okay to just go and steal stuff from somebody. Okay. Somebody paid for that. Somebody worked hard to produce that. Somebody had to put that in the store to get purchased, to be able to fund jobs and fund the business. It's not okay to go in there and steal. Thou shalt not steal. It's right in the book. It's right in the book, but maybe I'm wrong about that. And whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.